Hi, Nate. Welcome back. I was very interested last time we spoke about Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Yes, yes.
Can you tell me a bit about it?
We were the first African American sorority in the D9. We were pink and green. We stood for frogs, princess, pretty girls. We believe in perfection. We believe in being about your business all the time. We were actually, we have our calling. Not most people know about this, but we do this when we're around each other and we say, ski.
That's amazing. But earlier in your statement, you said the D9. What is the D9?
Oh, the D9 it's short for Divine Nine. There's 5 African American fraternities and 4 sororities.
That's amazing. So, who would you call your brotherly fraternity to your sorority?
Kappa Alpha Psi. This reason being is because Kappa Alpha Psi was founded in 1911, January 5th, on the campus of Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. They're actually the pretty boys next to the pretty girls, us. Ski-wee! Had to throw it out there. We both are about business. We take pride in our what's the word I'm looking for? Appearance. And we take everything serious. So when it's business, it's business, and it's no games.
That's great. So, how long would you say it took you to decide which sorority you would enter?
When I was first looking, I was actually stuck between Deltas and AKAs, and Deltas was kind of doggish to me, and they were a little rough, and I was more on the soft, pretty side. Like, I can still make things happen, but I cared about how I looked. I wasn't all aggressive and stuff, and that just wasn't my personality. So I just felt Alpha Kappa Alpha was for me.
Delta. What is the Delta's full name? Delta.
Oh, you talk about Delta Sigma Thetas? Yes.
So you guys are the pretty girls. What are they?
Girls. They're co-named as like the dogs for girls. They're like Omega Sci-Fi, which are the dogs, and they're the devastating thetas of Delta Sigma Theta.
How you doing?
Hi.
Tell me a bit about yourself.
My name is Nez Beverly Proser. I was born to Samuel Andrew, which is my father, my dad. Oh, no, dropped something. My mom, Viola Hamilton Beverly. I was born in the state of Texas in Yoakum, and I was born on December 30th, 1897. I'm sorry. Short-term memory loss.
That's interesting. How many siblings did you have?
There's 11 of us. That's a lot.
It's cool. So how many of you guys got high school diplomas, and how many of you got college degrees?
Well, all of us got high school diplomas, and only 6 of us had college degrees. But I personally am the first African American to get her PhD in psychology.
That's very interesting. I knew it was tough times back then.
Yeah.
That's a great accomplishment. So I know you guys moved around a lot for educational purposes.
Yes, I did. I moved around to teach other African Americans on how they can make it through life.
That's very interesting. So, I hear you were the valedictorian in high school.
I was the valedictorian in high school and in college, not just high school.
So, in Texas, when you went to Prairie View Normal College, which is now Prairie View A&M, you were also the valedictorian. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Was it hard work, or did it come easy because you were already in high school?
No, it was actually extremely hard work. I had a lot of studying. I didn't have the opportunity most people had, and around that time, whites and blacks were extremely separated, and it was just 2 times harder for me to make it rather than come by easy.
That's very interesting. So, once you returned to Yoakum and taught short term at your segregated schools at home, I hear that you also became an assistant principal at Clayton Industrial School in Manor, Texas.
Yes, and that was actually extremely hard work for actually a African American to actually make it in that field of work. It was awesome, but it was hard.
I know it was hard because after accepting that, and you also started to accept a long-term position at Anderson High School, where you taught English and coached their interscholastic league. The organization sponsored events for Black African American high school students throughout the state. That must have been a great burden to carry.
Oh, it was. It was. At those times, it was rough for a woman to even. It was. Oh, it takes my breath away. I'm sorry. It was just rough. It for surely was.
So a lot of people would say that they're proud of you. Am I correct?
Yes, they are. They are. They seem to be, at least.
That's very interesting. Well, throughout your legacy, I know you were one of the key figures in debate on how to best educate Black students. Would you agree?
Yes, and this reason is because of the fact that I had to go through all that struggle. I had to actually be one of the first African Americans to even get the PhD in a field where it was predominantly white. But on another note, because it just popped in my head. Sorry if I get points off for my interview, but my mom was a homemaker and my dad was a waiter, and you would think they would be switched, but they weren't. But my dad brought the best food home. Oh my gosh, the collard greens, the cornbread, that
had to be very good.
Yes.
That's cool.
Oops.
But also, once you became like the first Black female psychologist with the PhD, I hear you that your voice was very crucial during that time, and not because your voices and stories of Black psychologists and Black psychologists has been absent for a long time now. How do you feel about like having your voice being re-established in the psychologist field?
Okay, I've actually feel awesome about it, just because that it's a huge blessing to even drop something else. Sorry, it's a huge blessing to even be able to be heard. It wasn't possible for a woman to even a Black woman to be heard. They were always ignored and put to the side, and when an interview like this even pops up, the name is just put in another package, a pack of papers.
Yeah. Upon also getting a PhD, I know it was a lot of hard work, but being a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, how do you feel about being a part of the Divine Nine Black fraternity / sororities?
It's awesome, and being that, it taught me more than anything in the world can teach me. From just thinking about it, oh my gosh, it brings back memories. Just thinking about it, I know it. I learned what it felt to have nothing, and to be more grateful for having something. Being a AKA is what we call them. We call us pretty girls, if you didn't know much about it. But back then they taught us when they taught us. I'm sorry. I'm so nervous.
It's okay.
But I just learned. I learned a lot, and that was my strength. That was my backbone. And then my LSs, which are line sisters, if you don't know what those are, they had my back the whole way when I was struggling, because I didn't just wake up and have fortunate. I didn't wake up with a silver spoon. I didn't just wake up like this. No,
And-
I actually went through everything that anybody could possibly go through, and I learned what it feels to have nothing. And that's why I appreciate my voice and my PhD.
And I understand that you're also part of the African Methodist Episcopal Church, which helped you humble yourself and get closer to God, have a relationship, and be a good Christian, and help you stride through many obstacles and affiliations with different types of people. How to turn the other cheek, how to become one with yourself and one with others, without
Yes.
being a brat or any other term besides professional mannerism that people would affiliate you with.
I'm gonna stop you there because God has taught me so much. I've had a horrible past, and when I struggled, all I can do is pray. And I dropped something else. I'm sorry. All I can do was pray. And God has taught me so much. He's taught me to never put myself over others. He taught me to always put people over me. He taught me to, yes, turn the other cheek. He taught me to not love money, because it's the roots to all evil. He's taught me so much, and I strive to be Christ-like. I strive to not see color, and it just sucks at this time in the 1880s when they were seeing color, and it gets emotional. It was just rough. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's a lot of interesting stuff I heard about you.
Something else.
That about sums up our interview. I'm glad that you stopped by, Inez.
Thank you so much. I hope I get the job.
Have a nice day. I'm proud that you were able to accomplish so many things in your life, and become the first African American to receive a PhD in psychology.
Thank you so much.
God bless. Take care.
You too.